Okay, hey, there it is. Man, that was wild. My microphone just wasn't working, which has happened a couple of times, and I just sort of unplugged the USB and plug it back in, but it just wasn't working this time, and I couldn't figure out why. Uh, Long story short, I just unplugged it from the USB port it was in and plugged it into a different one, and then it worked. But it's a brand new computer, literally a couple of months old, and so I'm highly doubting that that one USB port is starting to fail on me out of nowhere now. So no idea why that was happening. Long story long, I am so I have my audio interface here. My first thought was, is my interface not getting power from the computer? So, like, is the port failing? Is the cord failing? Is something going on there? But I could see that my interface is getting power and phantom power. So I knew that the cord was working, at least for that. At bare minimum, for the power, there was communication between the computer and the audio interface because I was getting power and phantom power to my interface. Cool. Maybe the interface isn't working. Well, obviously it's working just fine. All the lights are lit up. Everything's going just fine there. Cool. Maybe it's my XLR cord. Well, no, because as I'm talking, I'm seeing, like I was testing the microphone, I was seeing the light up for the, like, their inputs coming on the interface. Maybe it's the microphone. No, because again, whenever I'm specifically testing microphones, I just lightly drag my finger over the microphone itself. That way, any other microphone in the room that might be picking up audio cannot be picking up the fact that I'm lightly dragging my finger over a microphone. But that microphone will definitely pick that up. So I just, to test, make sure that this microphone is working, I'm just lightly dragging my finger on top of it, and it's lighting up everything. So microphone is working. The cord is successfully transmitting that to the interface. The interface is successfully communicating with the computer. Everything is working just fine, but my computer's not picking up that the audio none of any of this existed. This microphone was not part of my computer at all. Couldn't figure out why. That was wild and bonkers. And literally, I unplugged it from that USB port, moved it, and plugged into a different port, and then it started working again. I got nothing. I got technology, y'all. It's supposed to be helpful, right? Sorry, I get flustered and annoyed. Legitimately, it's part of like the ADHD in me where you get hyper focused on something, and when it doesn't work the way it should, you get really angry with it and whatnot. But when things that by all accounts should work exactly the way it should, that there's no reason for it to not be working, but it's not working, that like really makes me angry. It's one of those like triggering things in me that really shouldn't, but it really does. And that was one where at every step of the way it seemed like everything was working just fine, and yeah, my computer was still not picking it up. Doesn't matter. None of it matters, not because here we are. We're here. I'm ready to play this game. Couple of quick things. Ooh, sorry. Couple of quick things before we get into the game. Number one, chill week. Just this stream this week. We had a busy week last week. In fact, we were going to have a fourth stream last week, but our third stream, whatever it was, we were going to have a lot of streams last week, but I got sick and we had to postpone one. So we got one stream moved to 2 weeks, or a week and a half from now. So it's Friday of next week. We're going to have Andrew Cooper on, and he and I are going to be playing Vampire Survivors. So this week is a chill week for streams, not a lot of announcements. Except for last time, 2 weeks ago, I told you guys that we're going to be producing a lot more content for YouTube. That is still the plan. We're having some tech issues. I mean, here we are again, right? We're having some tech issues. So we are ordering some new equipment. We're changing some things. So we're really hoping that content starts coming out soon. But just be excited for it, because I'm really excited for it. Also, on top of that, things and stuff. Oh, not on top of that. So yeah, be looking forward to the content. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Save Point Ministries on YouTube. And other than that, pretty chill week this week. But as far as this stream today goes, I said last week we're going to be restarting this all together, and we are going to be restarting this all together. I had said that I was going to go through the tutorial first. I actually decided not, because I forgot there's like this huge exposition dump. There it is. There's this huge exposition dump at the beginning that I really want to make sure to be able to hear. That way we can genuinely, fully get the story of what's going on here. So with that being said, we are starting from scratch here. I don't think that this is gonna like send us way back for several reasons. Oh, hang on. Shh. Last time this was all super choppy, and so people didn't get a lot of this info here. So we're gonna go ahead and
Midsummer is only 2 days hence.
just gonna listen.
I don't see how you can possibly be ready, Brother Jethro.
Fear not, old friend. Formal assures me that the stage will be ready this evening, and I've never known him to be wrong. Everything will be quite all right.
Cutting things close doesn't suit me. You know that. I'm a planner. I'm a philosopher. This whole business has my humors out of balance.
There, Brother Wilport. You just let me fret about the play, and you make sure the feast is perfect. I'm especially looking forward to that hot root sun salad.
Oh, yes, quite right. There's much to be prepared. Friar Randall was concerned that the cheese and onion hogsbake was too heavy to follow the brazier leaks. He may be correct.
You see, there's far more need for your talents in the kitchen than out here. Let your old friend do what he's good at. Making a fool of himself. Oh my.
Very well, I'll take my leave. But please try to keep on schedule. You know how I worry.
Indeed I do. Sister Edelweiss, I trust William won't perish before he has a chance to taste the good friar's blackberry crumble.
Love me some blackberry
Boy,
crumble.
now. It's hard to say. 'Tis surely a bit of blackwater fever. Now I can't remedy with some nettles and wort, but that foul temper, now, that just might be fatal.
I'm not grumpy.
Poor kid.
No? Boy, Yoki, then why in the sharp tongue when I asked for that filthy old wing glass? The rusty old thing is reeking with mould and mire. It's likely the cause of your fever for all the fuss it's bearing.
Sorry, Grandfather. I found it in the library.
You're Nao. You drinkers as tonic, and you'll be out storming dark forest with all them's dibbons afore a moon's turned her face this way. Purroy.
What?
We're ready for Hilltop Camp, Brother Jethro. Shall we wait for you?
No need to wait, lads. Carry on, and I'll be there shortly. Thank you for your legendary healing skills, sister. As always, we are in your debt.
We? I say it's just you who bees owing moi.
Oh, I hadn't seen this in ages. And such perfect timing, dear boy. Do you know who this weighed glass belonged to, William?
Honest truth, I just thought it was another trinket you'd packed away for no good reason.
Yeah, that's fair.
Trinket? Badger waffles. This was one
was
of
a
the
badger
trusty tools carried by the Lilygrove Scout Corps back when Clooney the Scourge, that wretched pirate, laid siege to Redwall Abbey.
George
And
Clooney,
it
the
so
Scourge.
happens that this very thing has a role to play in the story we'll be telling for the Abbot's celebration. I've written a play to share one of my lost legends with all of Redwall. Of course, everyone knows about Matthias and Constance and Basil Staghair, but few know about the trio of brave woodlanders from Lilygrove who played a crucial role in those events. Have you ever heard of Liam or Sophia Rivermouse?
No, but I don't suppose you could be telling me the story, since I'm bedridden and ailing. and might
Dying,
not live to
apparently.
see play. Please?
Let's see. Where to begin? Yes, initiation. 'Twas a frozen evening in midwinter. The sky was clear but for a loosely bound fleet of easterly clouds that wore the light of twilight and had earlier that day dusted the hollows of the weathered oaks with snow. A frosty breeze stirred the heavy locks of the cypress's winter needles, and two mice warmed their paws against the January chill. Liam and Sophia were young, ambitious, and betrothed. Both had trained hard to join the ranks of the Lilligrove Scout Corps, a rather storied group of woodland rangers who kept safe the lands betwixt Mossflower Country and the Mountain Warrens. The one had graduated that week prior, and now it was time for the other to prove their mettle. Once initiated, they planned to wed, but that was not to be. Not yet, anyway.
Initiation night. It's finally happening.
Nothing.
We've planned so long for this.
Definitely didn't almost fall
Now
over
that
my
it's
chair.
here, I'm not sure I'm ready.
I feel the same way. I haven't the faintest notion of what comes next. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yes. And frightening.
Alas, I am late. I hope you'll pardon me. The fiery ring of devastation needed to be refueled. I trust neither of you caught a shiver. I was sick with the retch for my initiation. Didn't make a bit of difference, though. A scout needs to be ready, no matter the situation. So, which one of you is in the dock this fine winter evening?
So we, Josephia last time, we're gonna keep that up. But yes, there's like 5 things I wanted to say about the intro. Overall, though, I do love this idea of like the grandfather telling the story to the grandkid or whomever it is. Oh, first of all, that these people are joking about this kid like, yep, he's gonna die. Yep, for sure he's gonna die. Yeah, his death is coming soon because of his temper. Like the fact that it was a joke came a little bit late for a poor kid, but also I want to let you know that I have like a real tiny ottoman down here because I get real wiggly with my ADD and whatnot. Like, so I get real shifty and wiggly. But shifty and wiggly to the point that sometimes the ottoman will fall over and with my legs on top of it, and I'll have no control, and I'll be like, nah! So that happens sometimes. Play Sophia.
It's my turn, sir, and I'm ready.
Oh, are you now? Liam, you kept our initiation rite a secret, I trust. No spoiling the surprises?
No, sir. Not a word. On my honor.
It makes me a proud mouse to see youngsters like yourself continuing with the Scout Corps. In order to become a full member of the Lily Grove Scout Corps, you must complete a series of tests to prove you've got the mettle. These are the things you've been training for the last several moons, so I don't expect any surprises.
I can't wait for you to be a fully fledged scout, Soph. And guess what? I've convinced Coyle to let me oversee your trials myself. Captain Robin argued I'm too biased to give an accurate report on your skills, but I assured him I wouldn't go easy on you. So don't expect any freebies. Now, we'll start by heading to a nearby cave. It's treacherous, but nothing you can't handle. Plus, I'll be there to guide you. You'll do great. I know it. Oh, and before we go, take this. A proper scout's got to have an adventurer's journal.
I love you, and I want to spend every day with you, but I promise to be unbiased as far as it goes with your test here.
I thought you were staying to guide me.
I am. But you've got to complete them on your own. Don't worry, I'll be around, even if you can't see me. All right, Soph. Follow the cave to reach each of your tasks.
I love that no matter who you choose, you're going to have the other voice actor there to guide you through this. And it just, like, one thing that is...
Ready for your first trial? All you've got to do is figure out a way to cross this gap. Psst. Your trusty slingshot might help.
You cheater. You cheater. Oh, right. Whenever you restart the game, it resets your controls too. But one thing that Right, X, Y, yeah, Y. One thing that's tough with voice acted games when you can pick your character is when you pick one character, you have lost all the other characters for that player. So like let's say there's character A, B, and C. I choose character A. I, as the consumer, never get to experience the artwork of characters B and C. And which is what makes it really nice in situations like this.
Great shot, so knocking the bridge over was the easy part, though. Now, onward to the next trial.
Oh, that wasn't so hard. I had no idea why I was so nervous. Or why I'm still nervous.
The mighty Sophia need not be nervous. The shining knight Liam is right at her side.
Oh, Liam.
Sure, kid. But yeah, making the other character, at least the person who guides you through your tutorial, if not a constant character through the rest of the game, is just a brilliant way to make sure that the voice actor still gets to be heard, the audience still gets to experience their work and everything. I really appreciate that.
All right, trial number 2. You've got to identify which flag your center's passing over.
But there's no wind in this cave. How am I supposed to...
Oh, but there is. Don't you feel the cool draft? As you well know, scent travels on the wind, and wind is almost everywhere, including these caves. Pay close attention, and you'll be able to sense the wind's motion all around you. It's almost as if you can see it. Watch the direction the wind is carrying your scent, and you'll never be caught unaware by your enemies. But ignore it, and anybody might come tracking you.
This is like
That's
one of the mechanics.
One. Perfect pick. When you're out in the wilds, don't forget to pay attention to where your scent is being carried. Making sure your scent doesn't drift into the nose of a foe could be the difference between life or death.
One of the mechanics that I really enjoy is the whole scent mechanic. I love it. All right. There's got to be something. Man, when Chris was here, I was just fanboying over the scurry animation, and I still agree. It's such a good animation, just scurrying up the wall and how rodent-like it looks.
For your next task, you'll need to determine which of the doors have a rat hidden behind them. A fake rat, that is, and avoid them. Only one of the doors is free of any imposter. That's the one you've got to choose.
Find the rat, huh? Should be easy. Just got to use my nose.
Another interesting thing is, just again, little things. When they were in the cave, his voice echoed, like our voices echoed, but now that we're in this wooden room, it's much more muted. It's really good, just environment building.
No rat behind here.
Excellent job, Soph. You won't be a rat snack tonight. Onward to trial number 4.
Oh, I had originally wanted to say, by the way, that this shouldn't take very long because I know what I'm doing. We're playing for 3 hours, not 2, and I know what I'm doing as far as mechanics go, and I've already experienced all of this, and I literally know what to do, so we should get to where we
using
were.
Our sniffer once again. First things first, take a good deep whiff of those peppers there. Focus on the aroma of spice. A bit pungent, slightly earthy. It's a good idea to log the scents you encounter in your scout journal for reference. Never know when you may need to sniff out the difference between a fishnet and a fellow mouse. Excellent. Hold that scent in your mind. Remember, it's written in your journal if you need a refresher. Now, We know sniffing can help us see the unseen, but it can also help us identify different scents in the air. So, pick out the candle that smells like chili peppers.
So yeah, I literally know what to do. I know what I'm doing. And this is it, right? How come it doesn't... Okay, yeah, I was going to say, the chili peppers aren't floating up from it. Oh, you want to force me to look at my journal first. Dagnabbit. That's one thing is when it comes to gridded things like this, I prefer to use the D-pad rather than the joystick because the D-pad can only go up, down, left, or right. But in this game, the D-pad opens and closes the journal.
You've done it again, Soph. I don't know why we're even bothering with these trials since you're so clearly an expert already.
Well, I do have a good instructor.
You'll need to once again shimmy along the wall to reach the final trial. But be careful. This one's got a twist.
The nepotism is rich here. Chris was talking about how there were people who wanted this to be like a lot more gritty and grim and bloody and violent because these are like trained warriors, legitimate warriors that are out there fighting. And
choose wisely? What does that mean, Liam?
Your final trial is a trial of stealth. You've got to use everything you've learned so far. Don't let the rats inside see or smell you. Luckily, us mice are quite small and vermin quite dull, so you should be able to sneak through without any trouble.
So, don't get caught by the rats, and then I'll finally be a scout?
That's right, Soph. You'll be an official protector of Lily Grove.
I already forgot what I was saying, dang it. What was I saying? Oh, that people wanted it to be a lot more gritty and violent and whatnot. But this is a children's book, and so they couldn't just, you know, make it gritty and violent and whatnot. So they kept it like this, which actually, like, more is not the right word. I like this just as much as it could have been otherwise.
What's all this?
Congratulations, Sophia. Our newest member of the Lily Grove Scout Corps.
I passed?
And with flying colours.
Excellent work, Initiate. Excellent work. I'm quite certain I couldn't have done any better myself. If I were carrying a sack full of dibbons.
Congratulations, Initiate. I must confess that I was of the mind that you weren't quite ready. It was Captain Robin who pushed for your somewhat expedited initiation.
Yeah, take that, Coil.
He saw something
Didn't think
in
I
you
was
that
ready.
I failed.
Jerk.
Until this evening, that is.
Ever since you were a Dibbin, Sophia, I thought you'd make an excellent scout, and you've never proven me wrong.
Thank you, sir. Truly, it's an honor.
Having completed your training, the official badge and equipments of office are yours to bear. A way glass, a rucksack, and, of course, the blooming lily on your jacket. It brings me great joy and a fair bit of pride to welcome you to the ancient family of the Lily Grove Scout Corps.
There's just one more thing you have to do before you can really call yourself a scout. Come with me, milady. Finally, you'll get to see Hilltop Camp and meet Rootsworth, our scout chef. He'll help you with the soup.
Soup? What's soup?
The Scouts are founded on principles of service and fellowship. As such, we crown each new initiate with cooking the Scout supper their first night here.
I've never been a chef, my sisters are, but I will give it everything I've got.
Having completed the various tests and tasks, Sophia found herself energized instead of weary. Yet, despite a still and restful heart, a frigid wind slowly began to pick up from the south, and the crickets stopped their song. Unknown to any in Lilygrove, a black-masted ship made landfall in secret, and the shadow of a long and iron-barbed tail crept up upon the unsuspecting village.
George Clooney the pirate.
Welcome to Hilltop Camp, home of the Lily Grove Scouts.
Wow. It's even more amazing than you described it.
Why don't you pull out your way glass, and I'll give you the royal tour.
All right. So now we do the finding of things. Here's one.
That's the main tent.
Excuse me.
It's sort of like our very own Great Hall. We use it mostly for hosting guests from neighboring scout groups. We even have badger chairs for when the Coalstripe brothers visit from out west.
Trying to make sure I grab that jam.
Down there is our mighty talented chef, Rootsworth. Honestly, I've no idea why he chooses to cook for us humble scouts when he could be running the kitchens at Redwall. But I'm certainly not complaining. You'll be checking in with him after you've collected everything for tonight's soup.
I don't know why that made me hungry. Just hearing about, man, he's such a good chef and he's going to be cooking for us. And I'm like,
Isn't
man,
that
I want somebody to
waterfall
cook for me.
beautiful? You wouldn't guess when it's frozen over. But just up at its source is a hot spring. I can't wait to take you there one day. It does wonders on sore muscles after a fierce day of training. Those tents are where the captains sleep. Since they're in charge of keeping the night fires and beacons roaring, they've pitched their stakes by the firewood stall. Coil snores like a chorus of toads, though. I don't know how Robin even gets a wink of sleep.
I am one of those people that can't sleep if there's somebody
Those are
snoring
the
in
Scouts'
room.
overnight tents. We don't need them often, but it's a nice little getaway for long training weekends. That there is the Lakeside Watchtower. Gives you a great view of camp, but not much else. The actual night watch I've mentioned is at the lookout, but that's closed for construction tonight. Yeah. So, no peeking. Well, that's
now you know
most
we
of
have to
Hilltop Camp
peek.
for you. Oh, and if you ever come upon an odd pile of flat stones, just take a gander through your way glass. There may be something interesting to see you wouldn't have otherwise noticed. Now then, you've got a soup to cook, don't you? Here, Rootsworth gave me this recipe for you to follow. First, you'll need to collect 3 beets from the garden. No radishes. Rootsworth was rather insistent on that part. Your sniffer can tell you the difference. Second, you'll need a cob of corn, a potato, and an onion, all which you'll find over at the obstacle course. And lastly, cheese. Apparently, Rootsworth ran out of his stock of cheese, but Fraby's got some extra by his tent.
That's quite the odd assortment. Do the Scouts not keep a pantry?
Part of initiation night is making the newest scout run around on a wild goose chase. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. Now, you'd better get searching.
Aren't you coming with?
Actually, I've got a, errand I need to run. So you'll have to finish preparing the soup on your own.
Being sneaky
If
lean.
there's anything you want to talk about before I go, be sure to ask me now.
So this is one thing that we skipped a bunch last time, actually, so maybe we will be slowed down a little bit, is we didn't do any of the dialogue, and we are going to be doing that now. We're going to be having a lot of conversations, make sure we're talking to people, getting to know them. Again, this is going to be a... sorry, my cord is getting caught up on things here. Whatever. This is going to be a story-forward playthrough, because, number one, I don't know the story of Redwall at all, so this is going to be interesting. But number two, this is
So
a
Liam,
story-driven game.
Before you go,
Yes, Soph? What's on your mind?
it's like a sack of flour has been lifted off my shoulders now that I finally passed initiation. Were you as nervous for your trials as I was with mine? My paws couldn't stop shaking.
Didn't Fraby tell you? My entire tail was stuck frozen in terror my whole initiation. Oh, he didn't quit with the jokes for a week.
I'm so excited for our celebration tonight, Liam. I only wish my father could join us.
Even though he isn't here, I know he's proud of you, Sophia.
Yes, if only my mother and sisters were as well.
I know it's hard feeling like, well, knowing your family isn't so supportive of the path you've taken in life.
I just wish they could see I'm not cut out to harvest crops all my life.
If it means anything, I'm really proud of you. and I think you're wonderful and full of bravery and compassion. Your mum and sisters will see someday that being a scout is exactly who you're supposed to be.
See, I mean, there's so much more here.
Just 3 days until the wedding. And right after the initiation. And everything is going to change.
Yes, but it's a good change. See, Sophia, I've been dreaming about making you my wife since the day we danced at the Name Day Festival. I'll never forget the way the roses smelled tucked behind your ear.
Now that we're both scouts and getting married, what's next?
I was thinking about us going to visit my ancestral home in Southsword, Castle Fleuret. I have such tiny figments of memory of the place, but I couldn't have been older than an infant. I want to see it now, and I want to see it with you.
Okay, so we'll go visit Fleuret. Then what?
Fleuret.
Oh, maybe we could go to the western coast. I've always wanted to smell the sea.
We can go anywhere and everywhere.
All right, and I think that's everything. Yeah, okay.
Have a good night, my love.
So, man, I keep spacing on this. Okay, full disclosure. Are you ready? Here's a conversation that I guess is useful knowing about kind of me right now is the American medical system is really the long story short here. Like I said, ADD, and I have a med that I take for it. And, I guess those are cucumbers. The recipes in this are real, by the way. You can make these recipes, and it's awesome. Okay, I gotta focus. I have a med that I usually take for it. About 3 weeks ago, I had about 9 days left, and so I called for a refill. But for whatever reason, my doctor's office was not like refilling. I called 4 times, and on the 4th time is when they finally were like, "Oh man, we just got all your messages. Oh man," because whenever you call for a refill, you never talk to somebody. You only leave a message. Usually it works just fine. For whatever reason, this time it took forever. So it was 2 weeks later that they finally filled it, which was, I had been off my med for 4 days by that point. Whatever, fine. I'm a 40-year-old man. I can handle myself. Send it into my pharmacy. My pharmacy, out of nowhere, is also like, literally, the entire pharmacy is like, "Ah, man, our entire, like, nationwide system is down. Totally down." I'm like, "Ah, dang, you think you'll have it up by tomorrow?" I'm like, "Oh, no. It's been down for about a week, and we don't know when we'll have it back. So either we can just have you pay up front for it, which is very expensive because American medical system, or sorry." And like, I couldn't afford, paying upfront for these very, very expensive medications. And so they're trying to work that out. Finally, I had the idea of, okay, get it sent to a different pharmacy, which is happening, but now they're having to like add a new patient or whatever, new customer, and blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, I'll just say that I've been off my meds for about 2 weeks now, and it's starting to show. So, okay, what do we have? This is cucumbers. We don't want cucumbers, do we? Can I like shoot this? No, okay. But yeah, the recipes themselves are real. So 8 carrots, 20 mushrooms, 3 sliced onions, 2 cloves smeared with garlic. Oh, 2 cloves of smeared garlic. So 2 cloves of garlic, a pawful or so, pinch of salt, half bottle spring water, so water, cream and rosemary, and then just roast it all together, and you got yourself a carrot and mushroom soup. Sounds very vegetal, but also very healthy, and also really good. Not gonna lie, really good. I do like... wait, did I actually grab this when I did, didn't I?
I see the sweet aroma of jam caught your nose. Well, if you happen to spot any more of those little wicker baskets of jam around, be sure to grab it. We've got a bit of a contest going on with the other scout corps.
I'm almost positive I did. I remember going over there. I don't remember if I actually collected the jam. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So yeah, again, 40-year-old man, been dealing with ADHD and anxiety my entire life, so it's not like... There we go. This one right
This
here.
beet is a bit pale, but it should do.
So it's not like I'm suddenly undone and can't function anymore, but it is making
Juicy
things
red
interesting.
beet, fresh from the garden.
Okay, so I wonder if there's a way to tell which ones are the juicy red beets and which ones are the pale beets. Looking at this one, it looks the same, and the beet itself looks the same as right here, right? No, this one... Oh, wait, that might be a radish? Okay, hold on. Let me see if my... Okay, that's a beet. That's a... Oh, man, beets and radishes look so much alike. Okay, what are the difference here? Radishes, you can see the top. Beets, you can see the bottom. That's what we're going to go with. Beets have the bottom facing us. Radishes have the top facing us. So that's a radish. This a beet? I think that's a beet. Yeah.
Juicy red beet, fresh from the garden. That's all I needed from the garden. Let's see, what's next?
I wonder if I accidentally grabbed a radish first. Oh no! We'll head over to the obstacle course later. I want to be nosy first. Letter to Coil. Always love the reader modes. Greetings, Coil. Been a good season since I saw you last. How are things at the Scout Corps? My Squirrel Scouts are perfecting some remarkably impressive aerial maneuvers that would turn a sparrow green with envy. Since it's been so long since our last meet, it's been ever longer since our scouts have mingled. This has been a fair bit mild and got me thinking. I thought maybe some good ice training was in order. Slush grappling, berg upping, snow tracking, moss watching, you know, all that good survival stuff that only works when all the leaves are fell and any warmth is left the forest. One of the Bobtail lads recently rode a large trunk of tree bark down a snowdrift and performed the most elegant dismount, face first into an icy river. The lad never lost an ear over the chill, but of course it's all empty now. Anyhow, I hear a wee bab waking from a nap with an ill temper, and this kind male mouse has been waiting on me to finish his rounds. Be in touch, will you? Beginning to think you're avoiding this old bush tail. After all, I still owe you that drink. Your friendly furry courier, Barley Buggleweed. What do we got here? I wonder if that's somebody from the books.
Have you not any work to do?
A fine evening, Tessa. Could you use some help?
No. Why do you think
Tessa's
I
on
need
there.
help? I can do this job just as well as any beast here. I don't see you offering to help any of them.
No, I didn't mean anything by it.
Of course not. And I'm sorry for nipping. It's a big night for you two, isn't it? You and Liam, I mean. So much hard work by the both of you to get to this moment, and my sour mood strikes the shine.
None in the least, Tussa. I'm so giddy that not even a vermin war cry could dim my spirit. And I owe a great deal to you. You have been a tremendous help.
Naturally. There are only the two of us girls up here. We need to stick together. You've got cooking duty tonight. What's the plan? Soup? Twist my whiskers! For my initiation, I had to make stuffed toadstools. You see now what I feel put upon? You are making soup. I have a request. I do ever so long for the taste of fish. Roasted tomatoes, grilled squash, cold tomato cream. I mean, they're all wondrous to be sure, but I long for something more hearty, something that carries all those other things, like a mum carries her wee dibbin.
I see.
What, was that too much?
No, not at all. I've just never heard someone compare their food to a baby. That's all.
When you put it that way, it was too much. Our little secret.
Nope. Natter. Natter? Whoa. Whoa. There's a lot to talk about here.
You had to ask about me, didn't you? You remember, I was always so awkward and graceless. Growing up near mice like you and Foxglove always put the jiggles in my stomach. That's why me and Cloverdown stuck to fishing. The logic of line and tackle is simple. It never changes, and there's no guessing if the day was for winning or losing.
Oh, I didn't know you felt that way.
Oh, Sophia, don't hear me wrong, like, it was not a single day you ever did me wrong or chucked my tail. It was my own decision to stay out of the way, out of the eyes of mice like Brunach and his kin. I was a daily bundle of nerves and nausea where you strolled about full of poise and grace. It was intimidating, I suppose.
But here we are now. Friends, I hope.
Yes, I'd rather like that. Friends? Initiates. I mean, Sophia. You've always been so graceful and sure of yourself.
Dibbins, I love that.
Even when we were Dibbins. Do you think you could show me a few things? You know, now that we're both scouts? For my entire life, I felt out of place in my own fare, especially when it comes to, well, just about anything that requires me to keep my paws clean. I mean, listen to me. You don't even know how to speak like a civilized mouse. You'll help me along, won't you?
Man, there's so much lore that they're digging into here. Like, number one, I love that they're keeping it behind the options wall. I could avoid this entirely, but I don't want to. I also love that it's here, that they took the time to write all this and to add all this lore and to talk about all these people. Like, I'm guessing these are all people from the book. And for somebody like me who loves the story, I love getting the fullness of this.
Raby? Well, I wouldn't know the first thing about him. Why do you ask? The most I can say is that you have yourself a right fine bow in that one. But he wasn't always so. I don't want to cause any trouble, but it weren't too long ago that Liam wasn't the genial, friendly mate he is today. More than once that mouse yanked my tail, put nettles in my kerchief, and an eel in my bait box.
Liam? No, that can't be.
Aye, 'tis true. Mayappa's older brothers egged him on to get him a taste for pranks, but he learned to love the games without their good. And it seemed to me and Cloverdown that we were his favourite marks. Down at the creek, we'd keep one eye open for wandering vermin, and the other peeled for trickster Liam. Surely he's pranked you in all the times you've been close.
Yes, yeah, of course. I didn't realise it went so far back.
Oh, look what I started. Don't fret, Sophia. Nothing but a dib and having a laugh or two.
Why does that surprise us so much, especially if he has pranked her? Why is she like, no, never. Sure, he pranks me all the time, but he would never have pranked anybody ever before he met me. I taught him pranking. Why does that surprise her so much, I wonder?
Tussa, there's something I wanted to say to you now we're going to be scouts together. I don't quite know how to say this, but I've always looked up to you. You seem to always be someone who knew their mind and their own joys, and you lived by your heart. Myself, I felt so duty-bound to my family and meeting the expectations of others. I was always trying to make other people happy. But you seem so well content to be happy by yourself, and I admire that. Applying to the Scout Corps is one of the first things I truly did for myself, and it feels ever so good to stand up here with you and the others.
Different recording session
I doubt
here.
I would have ever dreamt of this if it weren't for your example. I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you kindly. And if Irony were a sling stone, I'd be out cold on the snow. Something tells me you and I are gonna get along swimming.
Man, there's so much here.
Rootsworth has been quite good to me, I must say. A right gentle mouse he is, except in the filthy apron, of course. I'll let you in on a secret with him. His father and his father's father were chefs for the Scout Corps. He hasn't got any dibbins of his own, so he's keen to teach his trade to anyone who'll listen. Show the slightest bit of interest in cooking, and you're his instant favourite. Did you ever get to wondering, though, just how and when he gets up here? I've never quite seen him arrive or depart. It just always seems he's either up here or down in town. I can't imagine him climbing the ascent path. You should ask him. Yes, Laban. He is a sweet and
She's all
gentle fellow,
mad.
isn't he? And I'm quite sure he's only trying to be nice, but it does so get under my pelt when he tries to help me with just about anything. He's just a helper by his nature, he is, and it's ever so sweet and kind, but for me, a mouse who's trying her best to stay bold and strong on her own merit, it can be blasted frustrating. Do you ever feel that way? Irritated when a beast offers to lend a hand on something you're quite able to do yourself?
Most certainly, Tussa. I'm the same way. But Laban, he really is being kind, not patronizing or aggressive.
Yes, I'm sure you're quite right. I
The
can
art
be
is
quite the
great.
wildcat at times. Poor thing doesn't deserve my wrath.
Okay, is there more even? I think there is, right? We've done Tussa and Freyby, done Liam and myself, Rootsworth and Laban, Mr. Coyle and Captain Robin.
I don't talk about it much, but I owe Mr. Coyle my very life. Twice! Last summer, we were on a long trek to the south fetching some fenrock for something old Ichabod was brewing. Some of the foulest misery ever to meet my nostrils. The whole adventure put us in the middle of a wide bog, and with the mist and rushes, it was easy to lose sight of one another. When out of nowhere, this great and dreadful toad leaps from the mist and drops a huge net over my head. My arms were pinned, my sword sheathed, and the slimy beast made a mighty croak of victory as he stood over this helpless scout. Suddenly, I see Mr. Coyle leaping from the branches above, screaming in a voice like the storming surf. Like the wind, his blade clove the arm from that wretched toad, and the spear it was holding, staining the reeds with its blood.
See?
In shock,
Brutal.
the toad leapt backward as if it had been hit by a badger's cudgel, and an enormous splash was the last we heard of the monster.
What? That was last summer? I had no idea we'd be in any kind of danger.
Oh, aye. From time to time, that is.
I'll be sure to keep my wits then. But hold now, you said he saved you twice?
That story will have to wait till I know you a wee bit better.
Man. So that's what I'm saying is like some of this, it's a children's book, but some of this is pretty brutal from what I've heard. And there's evidence of it right there. Cut a frog's arm off.
I don't mind saying that I wish Captain Robin was my own father instead of the one I got. For all the great mouse has on his mind, he's never once quieted my question or turned me away for wisdom. I think all the scouts feel that way. He's like the dad and granddad we all wish we had, whether in our real pals were good mice or not. Captain Robin's just special, he is. Don't you think? Oh dear. Oh, I didn't mean anything by that, Sophia. I've forgotten your own poetic ill and all.
Nothing to worry, Tussa. That was a long time ago. But yes, Captain Robin is rather remarkable in just that way.
Okay, and this is, yeah, all right. Now we're looping around. And so natter, so this is just gonna be like gossip, like just chatter. All right, dang, that was a lot of dialogue. But again, I love it. All right, can we? No, the fish doesn't have a scent. All right, 128.07. So 128.07. There it is. There's also... There it is. I was like, one of these has something here, right? Unfinished love poem. Ooh. Maybe this is why Liam didn't want us searching around over here. Shall I compare thee to a winter's moon? Thou art more pure and brilliantly shining is crossed out. How do I love thee? To count the waves would take more time than counting the sands along the bank. To count the stars in the night sky would be less daunting. How do I love thee? With more capacity than the very seas, with more fervor than the rapids of the river Moss. When lush with winter's runoff, how do I love thee? How do I not? I love this. More than these weak words can convey. That's great. All right. Let's see what is up here that he wanted to make sure we were avoiding. Don't go up there. It's not ready or whatever. Letter to Tussa. Okay, that's the girl we were just talking to. Nope. Right. From your mum. Tussa, my girl, how do you fare? Feels like seasons since we last spoke, though I know it only to be a few short moons. You being fed well? Any injuries? Those men aren't running you ragged, are they? I'm so glad to hear you finally have a kindred soul up in that dusty old campsite. The ground isn't too hard or frigid, is it? I can send you another quilt, lavender maybe, with berry embroidery and tan cross pattern. Oh, you will look just like a little pie all wrapped up in the fabric crust, you will. That settles it. Another quilt it is. I'll send it with the next courier. Anyway, Sophia sounds absolutely darling. I hope you meet her soon. I know that I have met her, but she was such a little thing. Littler than even you at that age. And those sweet little freckles and like a sugar dusting over a deep golden nunny molars. That's quite the word, nunny molars. You should bring her over sometime. I know it's a trek, but company shortens the journey, as they say. Or at least I'm sure someone has said it. Your father's reading over my shoulder and demands I lighten up the worry. I know you're full grown and scout. Be still my heart. A full-fledged scout tussling with danger and wilderness, but mother can't help worry about her only dear sweet daughter out there in the world. Goodness gracious, you don't even have anyone to look after you and you get caught in these cases of shivers or blackwater fever. Are there at least any sweet bows at that camp? What about the other new lad? The new lad before the last lad. You know, the small one. He bloomed into a handsome little rosebud yet. I'm not trying to pry or push, but there is something great about having a companion in life. Your brother just met the most adorable lassie. On the last harvest gathering, they are getting along like sweet toast and jam, just as delightful. The way things are, I think I can expect a grand dibbins at last. But I suppose that news should be left to him to tell you. I'm sure I've took your eyes off by now. I can hear your displeased sigh at my mind's ear now. Just know that I love you more than anything in this world ever. Your mum. P.S. Your father says hi, but I feel like to really say hi, he should be writing his own letter. So be sure to give him a hard time when you next write. I love that. Alright. Is there like maybe something under here? Liam seemed really intense on me not being over here. Doesn't look like it. Maybe it is just the love letter he didn't want us seeing. Another recipe, nice. Let's go grab whatever we saw in the... Oh wait, actually we want to talk to these guys.
Ah, here's our initiate now. Glad you finally made it.
Finally indeed. The moon's full up and we haven't even started the soup. Your job is to get tonight's supper started, and we'll be making soup. Exactly what kind of soup is up to you, but let old Rootswith give ye a few pointers. Everybody has their loves and everybody has their hates. Tain't no way, no how to make everybody happy, but a smart chef can usually keep everybody fed. Go do your scrounging, and
come back here to see how to turn cold water into a hearty broth that'll make a badger lord weep.
I trust your betrothed left you the list of ingredients. Oh, go on then. They won't gather themselves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Anything else to say? Yep. All right, what is the jam
Captain,
for?
tell me more about this jam contest.
It's a scout tradition
That
to
was
stash
Liam's
these baskets
voice.
around for the finding. And not just Lily Grove scouts, mind you, but all the scout corps around Mossflower. At the end of each season, we compare our find to see who's got the most jam. And then Rootsworth bakes the winner the best pie you've ever tasted. Why, last spring, Coyle found so much jam that
I'll have to
Rootsworth
tell
had to
Chris
commission a
about that
special
bug.
baking pan from the metalsmiths at Salamandastron. So, if you happen to stumble upon any, be sure to grab them. We've won 4 seasons in a row, and I'm not about to let my scouts fall behind. It's soup tonight, is it? And I deduce you hope to discern something useful about my palate? Trying to curry favour? Curry, yes. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, if done in good spirit. I myself am quite fond of boiled potatoes, though they are hard to come by this time of year. Looking for more? Very well, just one more tidbit and then off with you. I too must prepare. What I said about potatoes? As fate would have it, Rootsworth can't stand things. Finds them smackish, whatever that means. Now use that information wisely, Initiate. After all, Rootsworth has been a great friend for many years. And he's a third-generation chef for the Lily Grove Scouts.
So, I mean, this is something I haven't even realized is there's a whole ingredient making, like, choice
I'm
here, it seems like.
a youngster such as yourself has better things to do than pester an old mouse and his pipe. Soup, you say? You're rather lucky. Your betrothed had to make pies for everyone. Oh, brilliant job, that. The best mushroom pie I've had in ages. Oh, I do love mushrooms. Oh, but the secret to long life and a quite excellent coat, if I say so myself, is anything hot. Give me food that's spicy and prone to set your whiskers a-quiver.
My man.
Hot root especially is good for the humours. Regina tells me I'm a jester by temperament, but I'm a salamander by appetite. Funny though, I can't stand onions. Oh, hate the things.
I'm sticking to the recipe, but this is all great.
Certainly it's not typical for soup, but as you're just getting to know everyone, you should be aware that Tussa is allergic to nuts. All of them. Oh, frightening thought for a mouse. Oh. Luckily, it's nothing too serious. Still, that seems like the kind of information you might want to have.
Interesting. What sort of nata? See, look at this, man. There's so much. Laban, Fraby, Tussa, Rootsworth, Robin. Okay.
What a story, that one. In fact, a bit unsettling, if you ask me. You see, his mother had been quite barren for longer than her
Chat had
fragile
no
heart
idea
could
this
bear.
was going to have this much
And when
like
Mr.
dialogue.
Rushlittles took his journey to Dark Forest, it seemed all hope was lost for his line. Until the old gal showed up to Highlight and great with child. She glowed with pride, and despite her condition, she danced each and every tune as if it were the last song she'd ever hear. But the story took a dark turn when she brought water afore the birch leaves had turned to gold, and her bonny child came far too soon. The midwife did what she could, which was precious little, and placed the pitiful, mewling thing in a pumpkin shell by the fire to keep him warm, but walked away weeping for the poor, weeping widow. Then, the next day, I was strolling by the hole and heard the widow singing and saw her dancing a jig through the window. The look on her face was a mixture of genuine joy and a fair determination. It seemed her tiny boy had survived the night, and what she could do but dance in Thanksgiving and in Warden. The next day it was the same,
My wife is
and the
messaging
next,
me.
and the next. By spring, the tiny thing had tripled in size, and everybody in Lily Grove started to wonder if somehow the widow's mad dancing was just the thing to make her dib and thrive. A few of the women even invited her over to dance for their newborns, as if she wielded some bit of the old magic. Which, of course, was ridiculous. But still, there the boy is. The biggest mouse in Lilygrove. Except in Rootsworth. And who can explain his unusual tale?
You spin quite a yarn, Mr. Coyle.
Thank you,
For real.
sir. I do make the effort.
Oh, see, that's why I don't use the... I accidentally did that because I used the joystick and not the D-pad.
Don't tell me you've taken a shine to that one already, have you? I don't mean to suggest Frabie is a bad mouse. It's just that he's the sort of fellow who always finds himself in the vicinity of
Muting
trouble
my wife.
without ever falling in. Master Nutworth seems to think he's just lucky, but I know more than one of his mates has met the flat side of a wicket on account of Frabie's luck. As an example of just this kind of thing, do you remember Tom Larchburn? The tall, skinny mouse, just a few seasons older than yourself.
Just a bit. He and his kin moved away, if I recall.
Indeed they did. Moved all the way to the base of Salamander Strip, on account of something else that happened that very same autumn.
Were you old enough to remember the fire that swept through your mother's west field, my dear?
It's a mercy that ground was fallow, or it sure have been a terrible matter. When the ashes had settled, there were Tom and Frabie, huddled under a stump in the midst of it all. Nobody ever cast a stone, mind you, but it wasn't a week before the Larchburn clan moved west, in the hope the long patrol hares might take young Tom on as a squire, or some such, and teach him some better manners. But so far as I know, Frabie walked away with naught but a singed whisker.
Interesting. Man, I'm guessing that all of this has like some pretty deep
Wonderful
lore for the book.
creature, Tusser. Brilliant tactical mind. It was just the past summer that we were down south on an errand for Ichabod, when we were attacked by a great, bulgy toad, fearsome thing, kitted out like some kind of gladiator with a net and a spear. Oh, can't imagine where he got the stuff. But there was Tusser, attacked by surprise and cleverly drawing the creature off balance, just in time for me to break its guard and disarm the monster. If it hadn't been for her quick action, I fear we'd both be worse off.
I love telling the story.
Something rather different in her report.
Yeah.
I imagine Miss Parsnip, being the humble creature she is, might tell the tale differently. But don't let that fool you. She fights like a wolverine, I tell you.
That's fun.
Oh, what can I tell you about
I like
jolly
hearing
old
both sides of the
Rootsworth
story
that isn't
there.
as plain as the buck on his shirt? For one, there's a lot more to that mouse than meets the eye. He has roots that go back into the dusty corners of Lilygrove history. The truth is, nobody really knows how old he is, where he grew up, or who his mother is. His charming father, whose story was equally veiled, just showed up one day with a son who could already walk and talk with nary an explanation. Of course, that was well before my time, so I'm only recounting the local legends. You can be sure that there's more than biscuits and gravy to Rootsworth.
Mr.
Has a
Coyle,
mystery.
you besmirch the good mouse's name.
Not at all, Captain. I only add a little flair and mystery to it. Youngsters like this one need their imaginations set alight to breed proper awe, which is just what that ragged old beast deserves. The first time I met the captain...
Oh, Mr. Coyle, not this story.
Yes, this story. The first time I saw him, there was an enormous stoat, dressed like a vulpine shaman and dripping with bangles and belts, sitting right on top of Captain Robin, pinning him to the turf and trying to pull his arms off. The captain, who wasn't even a scout back then, is moaning and squeaking, and I'm certain he's about to perish. So I rushed at the creature, swinging the only thing I was carrying, a huge basket of fresh raspberries. In mid-leap, I hear Robin's back snap like a dry twig, and the berries come crashing down over the stoat's tattooed pate, like so much fresh blood.
He wasn't breaking my back, he was fixing it.
I'd injured myself that spring, and the good healer was helping me with some rather vexing pain.
How was I to know that? Nevertheless, the stoat slowly stands up, dripping red juice like a wounded king from some ancient tragedy, looks me dead in the eye, and growls, "I thought we'd agreed on gooseberries."
That's a legit good story. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we talked to him about everything here. Yeah, that's everything.
All clear. Very well. Carry on.
All right. Man, this is wild.
The first secret to all good victuals is a proper application of salt. You learn to get that right, and you'll be halfway
It's
to
true.
a Master Chief in one step.
It's true.
Did you say Master Chief?
Did I? No, Master Chef. Chef.
Did you say Master Chief?
The second secret is the right and proper application of heat. Simple as that. If you can learn the narrow way between a sear and a saute, you can turn carrots into gold, tomatoes into sunbeams, and gruel into glory.
It's true.
You're quite a little starling tonight, aren't you? My third and final secret is this. Don't get a jabbering when there's work to be done. That cauldron still looks mighty cold to my eye. But come back later. I could speak about such things until dawn with nary oppose, but none of this batch of scouts takes the slightest interest, so a kindly ear is most welcome. Later. Oh, no, you don't. A chef's job is to feed his crew and keep 'em full, not get his own savour in the way. You just make the meal as you can, and old Rootsworth will be keeping a weather eye on everything else.
Fair enough. Do you have any natter? Laban Fraby, Tessa Rootsworth, Mr. Coyle, Captain Robin. Man!
I've watched Laban grow from a tiny bundle of fur into that mountain he is now. He was birthed a fair bit too early by Lady Columbine's reckoning, and shaking her head claimed he'd not likely survive the afternoon. But he did, and the next one, and the next. His mother told me one morning that every day her little Dibbon still drew breath was another day she'd dance a jig, so happy she was to have her one and only child alive and thriving. And it weren't no exaggeration. Widow Rushwhittles danced every morning until her paws wore out. So now she sings. Oh yes, Fraby. Quite the project, that one.
What do you mean?
On second thought, it's best I don't say anything. Ever. For all the vinegar she's given to others, she's never given me aught but honey. Sweet little thing, if you give her the chance to be herself. Seems to old Rootsworth that she's got a chip on her shoulder, always trying to prove her worth to the other scouts. But with me, well, I suppose there just ain't nothing to prove. A sweet thing, with more heart than most beasts ever come to know. So listen to me now. That young mouse is precious to me. If you give her the slightest grumble, I'll know.
It's the first angry picture he's had. I like that. Wait, did we still, yeah.
Were you a scout when you were,
Younger? Thinner? No need to be coy about it, I'm not. But to answer a perfectly reasonable question, no. The Rushstalk mice have been cooks for the Scout Corps for generations, and I followed proudly in my family's way. I was still a squeaking Dibbon the first day I stood beside my father at the fire, wielding the knife and paring potatoes, and I wouldn't have it different for all the saffron in Southsward.
so if you were never a scout, then you never trained in things like wall scrambling or hazardous traversal techniques?
Nope, not one whit.
But please forgive me, sir, but I have to ask. How do you get up here?
Oh, is that the bush you've been beating around? Well, it's easy now. I just throw my great big bag of kit over my right shoulder, see?
Yes?
And then I just put my left finger alongside my snout, you see?
He's Santa Claus.
Yes, yes.
Then I give a slight little nod of the head, you see? And up I go.
That's how you get to camp. You fly.
Well, when you say not like that, it sounds silly.
He's Santa Claus.
That's where I draw the line. At gossiping about my superiors. If you want to know about Mr. Coyle Twiddlewin, then old Rootsworth be claiming you ask him mouse to mouse. And you can be sure he'll tell you. More than you'd probably care to know. You'll not catch me saying anything but praise about Captain Robin, and even that only in teaspoons. He's a proper hero, that one, but that's not my story to tell. I can say this about the mouse. My family has served under a baker's dozen of consecutive
I
captains.
love that he's got all this
and
cooking
each
lingo
one did his
splashed
honor
in.
in their own way, but it was Captain Robin who first made it so we shared in the civic graces due to Scouts proper. He went so far as to get our right written into Lilygrove bylaws, and that included a patch of land to call our own. East side of Sexton's Hill it is, and never a captain looked after us like that afore. Like I said, he's a special one, that Captain Robin, and you do well to learn his ways.
Alright. We finally did it, chat. We talked to everybody. That took a minute, huh? Man. Alright. And as far as I know, this is like the only dialogue section that we've experienced thus far in the game. I remember there being something over here, but I don't remember what. A letter. Porridge feast. Rodel, I've been invited to participate in the special one of Porridge Feast in Cavern Hall. Due to some unfortunate but amusing circumstances, the Abbey finds itself with an excess surplus of delicious porridge. There are simply not enough bellies to eat it all. Delight in company, wishing you well, Abbot Mortimer. Man, I wish that were the case. No, just the door. Alright. So then what do we have here? This is how we get... Okay. That's how we get back there. Oh, there's some jam down there. And there. And an outhouse. Man, how did I miss all of that? Nice. Yeah, like there's some over there as well. What does jam look like? Question marks, because I haven't actually sniffed it yet. We're gonna go grab it, don't worry. We're gonna go sniff it. We're gonna go take care of it. Man, with bare hands. It's impressive. More fish down there. Again, we're going to head up to the obstacle course in a bit here. The feast. Outhouse and jam. What does the outhouse smell like, I wonder? Oh, nothing. Must be magical. Oh, what do we have here? Mysterious riddle number 1. All right, all right. You got my attention. There it is. Feldspar P. Star Thistle. It looks like a grave, and there is a point later on in which we get to graves, so maybe that'll be what we're going for here? Wait. Ooh. All right. Got the blackberry scent. There it is. Nice. Okay. So we've got everything here. Let's go up to the obstacle course now, finally. Don't worry, chat. We'll be moving on here quick. This isn't the way to the obstacle course. This is a path that I'm just noticing right now that I have no idea where it goes. It's a blocked area, but we do have whatever this is. Oh, more jam. Very nice. Is it also blackberry? Yeah. Okay, cool. Can I can. Oh, whoa! That was cool. There was one other thing I wanted to do real quick before I forget. And then we'll go collect on the obstacle course. We're almost done with this intro section that I said we were going to do much more quickly. Turns out we super duper aren't. Onion potato soup. Okay, so we have an onion potato soup for some people. We have the other soup for other people. We have options of soup here. Wonder if there's going to be a fish soup for some people that we can do. By some people, I mean pretty specifically Tessa? I forgot her name already. This. Survival tip. Wild mushroom, light brown caps with neck frills kill. Brown and smooth, the chef approves. The wrinkled and warped are often delicious, but it never hurts to stay suspicious. So just gotta make sure that our mushrooms are just smells of mouse there. Our mushrooms are safe. What do we have over here? Just the light post. See, if these feel like they should be the hot springs, right? But when you fall in, it's bad.
Are you sure that's what happened?
All right, well, I wonder why that's where they respond us. That seems a weird spot to bring us back to. All right. I'm really hoping that wasn't like an auto save. That was our last save. Right? Well, one way or the other. Moving on to the obstacle course now. I thought I remember there being people around here, right? Maybe not. Is there anything here? Take that. Let's knock something down. Just because I want to. Nice. Alright. I believe there were 3 things we're meant to collect here.
These are some big onions. Oh, perfect for soup.
There we go. Got onions. Come on. Oh, they're on the fire. I was like, I knew there were people to talk to. How did I just walk right by them? Oh, yeah. I need to... Oh, no, I already know this one. Cool.
There we go. Fresh potatoes.
All right. Onions, potatoes. What else did we need? There it is. Corn. Oh, and cheese. Why did I miss the cheese? Alright. What do you folk have to say to me here? Who are you?
Hello, Fafia. And might I add, you smell rather nice this evening. Is that honeysuckle? Forgive me if that was a bit personal. My nose is rather sensitive. If you're making soup, I hope you add a little rosemary for me. I just love rosemary.
I'm adding everybody's ingredients into a pot and making them go for it.
Fraby always says you have a nose to rival any mole. Any tips for my own sniffer?
Fraby is wrong about my nose. Moles have the best sense of smell by an easy league.
I guess he is prone to exaggeration, still. You're a weathered scout.
Notice how scent moves with the wind over and around obstacles like stones and walls. Scent is never a straight line to its source. Wind and the world change its path. Things like flags and smoke are dead giveaways that the wind is active. If you really concentrate all of your senses, there's a lot you can learn. You can sense much more, sense farther, and with more clarity. It's almost as if you can see right through the walls. If you find yourself in a tight spot, always use your nose, and who knows what you'll learn.
Who knows what you'll learn? Wow. Chat, I think I'm not going to do that.
Distract you. Busy night and all.
I want to move on.
I see what you're looking at. And since it's a special night for you, I'll forgive the offence.
Pardon me?
What?
No, you don't. You don't get to play dumb. But it is all right. This once. I've been short my whole life, but I'm quite accustomed to the secret looks, the hidden snickers. Oh, I've endured them all. But I won't accept that kind of treatment from another scout. We respect one another round here. It's part of the scout code, so I expect you to abide. Now, take your pouty glare and make another approach.
Yeah, excuse me. I came to say hi.
Tell me something. And be honest now. Do you think I talk too much? Because somebody who shall not be mentioned told Laban that I talked too much and asked how he could bear it. It got me thinking, that's all. I don't think I talk too much. But it's hard to really know when it's yourself. Do you ken?
Sure, man. Hey, how about you mind your business? I would like your stealth.
The first rule of stealth is easy enough. Don't be
advice,
seen.
but
Norman don't react
also
instantly.
get over yourself.
Keep a weather eye on your enemies, and you'll get a sense of their awareness of you. The closer you are, the faster they react. But you'll always have a moment or two to recover stealth, in case you're caught by surprise. The second rule of stealth is like the first. Don't be heard. When you're sneaking, you're almost silent. When you're on a scurry, you can be heard a long way off. And of course the ground you tread upon makes a mighty difference as well. Silence and slowness are kissing cousins. Like being glimpsed out of the corner of their little beady eyes. A single noise won't alert a rat immediately. You'll have a precious moment to recover if you stay perfectly still and let the moment pass. If you make a mistake, freeze and watch your enemy closely in the hopes they go back to ignoring you. Did you know that when a rat hears a suspicious noise, it'll start moving towards its source? So, a wee thing like ourselves can use sound and decoys to our advantage. It'll get you thinking it will. Imagine the possibilities. The third rule of stealth is the hardest to control. Don't get scented. But Laban has his own lesson on noses and nostrums, so I won't bother you with such things here. Just be sure to be aware of your own scent at all times in the wild. If there was a fourth rule of stealth, which there isn't, it would be to work your environment.
Sounds like a fourth rule to me.
Be clever and alert. Be like me. And while fighting a vermin toe-to-toe isn't always possible, using your wits to stay safe is always a good choice. Use cover to your benefit at every possible turn. You can see out, but they can't see in. Oh, it's fantastic for spying. But it's also often quite noisy. So stay cautious and slow.
Alright, what's your supper preference?
Raven likes rosemary in just about anything. Even just a nibble on a stem when he's walking about. Come to think of it, there used to be a healthy bush of the stuff near the hot spring. But he can't stand cabbage. Don't even think about that fermented stuff. The big mouse will practically run screaming at even a whiff of it.
And you?
Soup is fine. I always like something warm on a cold night like tonight. But what I really love is a nice bloomy cheese.
Alright, and no, we're not going to natter. Okay, corn, cheese, getting past this area, then a quick break while I refill my tea. Sweet Fancy Moses, this section has taken longer than I expected. Oh, right. Gotta remember to check my surroundings. Then I go over to the next platform, I'm guessing here. All right.
Corn on the cob. Ready for souping. Looks like that's
There
all I
it
needed
is.
from the obstacle course. Where to now?
Cheese. Gotta get cheese. I wonder if there's fall damage. If I can just jump off here. I know, I'm a coward. I'm not trying it. I'm pretty sure there is fall damage. All right. Cheese. Where was in the scouts' tents? They said, right? Which was here. I don't see cheese. Oh, maybe over there. I don't see cheese. Or at least the scent of cheese. You'd think that would be something you could smell. Found it last time pretty easily. Now I can't remember where I found it. Actually, I originally thought it was in here. But it looks like I was wrong. There's cucumber. Where's the cheese? Hold on a second. Nope, wrong one. Specialty cheese from the Scouts' tents. Scouts' tents are over here. Maybe it's bottled up somewhere that I didn't check. So I don't see anything there. There are peppers, which I can't smell. Nothing there. Wait, what is that? Oh, it's... What's her name? Tessa. This... Is this not cheese? Now I'm confused. Hold on a second. Did I not do this like a doofus? I didn't do this like a doofus. That's exactly what it is. Okay, hang on. Okay. There, set that marker over there. Okay, here's a really easy... In my brain, I'm nervous that it really was like a save point that I got sent way back for, but nope, survival tip. That was what we found at the hot spring. That's the important part. I ran right past this to go see what was in the corner. Got all distracted. I'm telling you guys, I'm off my meds.
Ha! Got it. That wasn't so hard. Now then, what's left? Mm-hmm. Yep, I've got everything. I better go check in with Rootsworth. I'm positively famished.
All right. Yeah, get... I wonder why the cucumber alone is like the one random smell I can be picking up on.
Ah, here's our initiate now. Glad you finally made it.
Finally indeed. The moon's full up and we haven't even started the soup.
Sorry, you guys all had so much to say.
Track down each ingredient, but here they are.
My. Then you've already finished your gathering. And here I thought you were dawdling about.
Also,
a few radishes had been mistakenly pulled from
dang
the garden.
it.
But with the help of Rootsworth and a dollop of rosemary, our young scout delivered a fine soup for the feast.
Is that your soup? You can still mix it up a bit more right now, but once the lid goes on top, you'll be done, and live or die with the consequences.
Yes, I think that's it. What do you think?
I think any meal is better than an empty stomach, and that no mouse is a master overnight. You gave it your best, and that's the point.
Oh, would you smell that? Simply scrumptious. Though you must be finished with your errands for this evening. Feel free to explore and socialize to your heart's content. When you're quite ready, ring the dinner bell, and we'll begin the festivities.
As the broth began to simmer and steam, the escaping sense told everyone in camp exactly the choices she'd made, with or without their say, and the thought made her feel both vulnerable and powerful at the same time.
Interesting. I genuinely... Hot root soup. Oh, so there's different soup recipes I could do here. Wonder if there was a way that I could have chosen to do those soups instead. I don't know. Man. Yes. Ready to continue.
With all the fanfare Rootsworth could muster, a wondrous feast of quince pie, port-basted mushrooms, and a chutney of wild carrots and beets were served alongside the soup. Piles of barley toast and a stout red cheese. Warmed hayberry cordial and chilled mint tea wet all their tongues and lifted their spirits. Last but not least was a lofty steamed pudding soaked in pear brandy and set aflame for quite dramatic effect.
I'm into that.
This was Mr. Coyle's fiery ring of devastation, a fitting, if dramatic, name. Truly, it was a mighty feast, and Sophia was congratulated many times on her fine stew. But her eye would always wander to Liam's empty chair.
Ooh, where's Liam?
My friends and fellow scouts, tonight we celebrate a new member of our brotherhood.
Sisterhood!
Yes, well, our family all the same. We've all admired your hard work, loyalty, and steadfast spirit. Well done. You entered this camp a nameless initiate. But now, after demonstrating your skill, we give you a new name, known only to yourself and your fellow scouts. Three cheers for Sophia Rymaid. Three cheers for Overwatch. Huzzah! 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 Stand now, scouts, and be sober in heart and in mind. Be without fear, malice, or cruelty. Be true to your word, your heart, and your fellow scouts. Be without guile, and speak the truth at all times, kindly if possible, directly in need. Love Lilygrove, the land, and safeguard any who sojourn in her borders. This is your oath, and we, your witnesses, share it with you. As Captain Robin administered the oath, he saw how sorely troubled she was at Liam's absence. A wise mouse and fatherly, he brought her to the cliff and bid her spy the sexton's field. Through the magnifying lens,
Overwatch is
she
good.
saw her beloved finishing preparations for an even larger party that only waited for her imminent arrival. But alas, the party was never to happen. Not that night, not ever. Seen through the glass, a menacing shape stepped out of the shadows. It was a ragged and filthy rat, dressed in strange garb, and wielding a wicked cutlass. Every beast ran as another rat stepped into the firelight, and then another. Suddenly, Liam was lunging forward with a fiery brand, catching the villain full on the snout and knocking it to the ground. Sophia was frozen with fear when Robin grabbed her by the shoulders and spoke most urgently. I wish we had more time, but what you do this very moment is what makes you a scout. You have everything you need for this mission. Skills, tools, training, but most of all, you have courage. I bid you make haste to our village. Go to the lighthouse and fire the beacon. Be swift but silent, as you must not alert the raiders to our plan.
The beacons!
Lend aid where you can, but you must not be captured. I will ready the militia and join you shortly. Every moment counts. Go now, swiftly!
Gunto calls for aid.
Rather much, isn't it? They're just rats. Those bandits have tried to get in here dozens of times.
William, there you are quite wrong. Redwall has been captured before. Even the great fortress of Salamanderstron has been captured by vermin. We should never underestimate the villains who seek our enslavement. It surely leads to defeat. But more importantly, Lily Grove is no fortress. It's a small village with no wall and few warriors. And these were not scattered brigands, but vicious sea rats pirating under the banner of Clooney, the Scourge.
The pirates. Here we go, chat. Finally into it.
Toward the besieged town.
Too
on a
long.
mission to light the beacon atop the decrepit old lighthouse that hadn't burned in ages. Every moment mattered, but remaining undiscovered mattered even more.
All right, we're going to take a quick break while I refill my tea. We will be back in just a second. I'm back. I didn't get tea. I got actual water. I decided I should probably hydrate for real. Instead of caffeinated water, just get actual hydration, I guess. All right. We're in the first stealth section now. This is one that I struggled with a little bit at first, but again, now that I sort of know the pattern and what to do here, should be easier.
Something weird in my sniffer. I swear it. Oh, you're just imagining it. No, for reals. All this shrubbery makes... What is that? Church bells? Let me have a look-see.
Didn't realize I could just peg these things in the face.
That's not how it ends.
No.
There are 2 bells. I see that now.
You hear something?
I'm over here like, I know how to do this. I remember what happened here.
What is that? Church bells? Let me have a look-see.
I want this. Please and thank you. Intel from Swing Paw. Alright. Let's take a look at that real quick. Nope. Mitts here. Bring loots. Some meat here. Bring loot. That's Intel, huh? That's the rat version of Intel. Rat intelligence. Those are clearly in quotations there. Aha. I see what that other bell is for now.
You hear that? Sounds like twinkle bells. Twinkle bells?
Twinkle bells? Man, whoever did the rat voices, I mean, we know, I just don't remember the name of the person, but clearly just having so much fun with it. I love it. Alright, so, oh wait, what smell is this? Lilac. Oh, that's right. As long as we're in the bushes, we just smell like lilac. In the background, is that where the quote-unquote loot is going? Oh, it's a burning house, it looks like. Alright, we need to make sure that we are stealthy. Of course. Get in here. Ah! Just a second too late. Does it count that we already got the jam? It does. Okay, good. We are all right then. Okay, so everything's leading that direction anyway. Oh, it can see past the fish. I assumed I was out of its view because it was out of my view, but it's taller than I am, so that makes sense. Turn around. There we go. One more time, turn around. There we go. Alright, this was the area that I really struggled with. How are they smelling me? I'm in the lilacs. No, what? Who saw me? So many vision points. Okay, does that guy move? I don't think he moves. No, he doesn't. Okay. So if I come right here, and then I come right around here. No. I'm saying nobody can see me. Don't do that. I know you're nonsense now. Right, let's get the lilacs here. Now we got that guy over there. Okay, he's turning away now. No. We're fine. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Oh, something over there, though. What do we have back here? Beauty tips. I am curious. Play the weather vane. 37 northeast, -12. Fish is fantastic for the fur. Doesn't have much the smell of a refined gentle mouse, but generous servings of fish in one's meals can help tame wild scruffs and imitate the luminous sheen of fish scales in the moonlight. If fish isn't in your list of likes, try soaking in sage water. Smells as dandy's warm summer night and softens even hedgehog's bristles, cozy as goose feather. But 37 northeast, -12. Okay. Which also means that we need to find a place to put our telescope thing. But it also shows me there's a little gap over here. Gotta hurry, 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 hurry. Okay, we good. We all good. Nice, nice. Okay, wait, was that blackberries? Is there jam over there somewhere? Did I miss some jam? Or are those lilacs? Hang on. Dagnabbit me. Okay, those are blackberries. Okay, so these are lilacs, not blackberries. Again, lilacs are showing us their bottom, blackberries are showing us, or yeah, their top. So these are lilacs. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, you can hide in barrels, right. Nice. But I want that. All right, anything else out here? Looks like some cucumbers. And then the jam we already got. Okay, cool. And now I need to make my way back.
Rolled it away like a sour melon, and while he was still alive. Until he wasn't, that is. Don't cross Scumster either. Lest he want you to get you with that poisonous bile of mine. Boy, something smells fishy, and I don't mean those fish.
We'll take a look, shall we?
Yeah,
Here I
good
thought
idea.
coming inland would get us away from the constant.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get back to loading the car.
So as I was saying,
Let's go, let's go. Okay, so now we're in an area that we can just run around. Less concerned about stealth, though not unconcerned about stealth. Nothing behind the outhouse here. Oh, something in front of the outhouse here. What do we have? Intel from Sparrowblade. Okay. So... Article of Surrender. These are articles of surrender to be obeyed by all who come under the claw of Clooney the Scourge or any of his commanders. Surrender will be total and unconditional. Clooney will execute the leaders of all who oppose him. All property conquered will be solely belong to Clooney the Scourge. This includes homes, foods, crops, land, and additionally all creatures dwelling on said property. They shall be owned by Clooney the Scourge. We got some more jam over there. And, ooh, what is that? It's like a lock of some sort. Can I shoot it? No. That's okay. Because what I know I can do...
Our fresh scout found themselves with a curious dilemma. Was it worth taking the time to somehow save the good friar's home, or was it more prudent to slip unnoticed towards Lilygrove and onward to the lighthouse?
I once heard you say, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. Is that what you're getting at?
Just a swipe. A little light. A spark.
You can have the best of both worlds. Ka-chow. Get wrecked, mate. Now allows me to come over here and take a look at this. Oh, what was it? Okay, hang on. It was beauty tips. 37, negative 12. So northeast. 37. No? Well, hang on then. I believe in myself. I can figure this out. 37 northeast, negative 12. Okay, hang on. Is there another southeast, south, southwest? So, 37, right? Negative 12. It's that stump right there. I don't know what that means for anything here. Can't get through there either. Something else I can be looking at over here? Oh.
Oh, those rats better not have destroyed the church. Just days before our wedding.
Anything else? Doesn't look like it. $37 northeast, negative 12. 37 northeast. Play the weather vane. What does that mean, I wonder? Where's the weather vane? Okay, I'm going to stand right here. I don't see a weather vane. I don't see a weather vane. I am confuzzled. Interesting. Ooh, what do we have here? Cool. We now have pumpkin scent. Good to know. We do want to look through the graves. See if we can find that one with the hint in it. Which way we got sent? Going away from us.
We ain't slacking. Meat only has 2 poles,
Toward us,
you know.
I should say.
Make sure each pole's carrying its weight. You did. The minute you let your laziness get the best of you. Now, let's get moving. Whoever's hitting that bell, quit it. We haven't got time for nonsense.
Come on, maybe you need to be closer for that to...
Whoever's hitting that bell,
There we go.
quit it. We haven't got time for nonsense.
How about you?
Whoever's hitting that bell, quit it. We haven't got time for nonsense.
I do. Got him. Cool. So that takes care of the rats here. Gives me a little bit of room to explore, just in case. Which means I can grab this. Intel from Whip Rider. Find this could be treasure. Cheesy thieves. Wants reportings of any strange carvings. Looks like a bird. I love these. Those had to be fun to design. Nice. Got some jam here. All right. See, we have another. It looks like it's unlocked, but maybe we gotta be on the other side of it. Okay. Wonder if there's gonna be some like Dark Souls like looping around to old places and whatnot. Okay. Let's look through some of these gravestones. All right.
Somehow my father's grave still smells of him. Perhaps it's my imagination. Or perhaps it's the jar of pipeweed we place with the flowers each year. I can see why Liam would plan to host a party here. So my father could see me as a scout.
I love that. It's a good fiance right there. Back, in the back. I see it. This one. No? Okay. Oh, we got another one. Okay, I see. So there can be a few of these. We just got to find the right one is my guess. This is wonderful over here. We looked at this last time. It's a, man, it's a in memorandum to the actual author of the Redwall books. So here's my story. May it bring some smiles and a tear or so. It happened once upon a time outside the night. Wind keens and wails. Come listen to me, the teller of tales. Imagination is a gift given to us from God, and each one of us uses it differently. Oh, I can't really see. Read that one. Something in their new books? Haha. Don't be ashamed to weep. 'Tis right to grieve. Tears are only water, but there must be sunlight also. A wounded heart will heal in time, and when it does, the memory and love of our lost ones is sealed inside to comfort us. Man, I wish I could read that. Dang it. Alright, remember, we want to look at these gravestones for the next clue. Maybe tucked all the way in the back here. No. Alright, which one of you is it? Come on. No.
Friar Thomas, are you all right?
Dear me. I'm not sure. Quite shaken, to be sure, but alive. Unless we've both got onto the dark forest unawares. Yes, yes. I'm still here at Sexton's Hill, though. I haven't seen you in several moons. I understand you've been rather busy with preparing and training.
Having a conversation here.
Am I correct?
How you
I'm
been?
quite happy, to be sure. I hope you know that, just as I've always been right here with an open door and a warm heart, and perhaps a mug of plum brandy now you're a bit older, you can always count on this place for rest and good counsel. At least as good as I can offer. But, of course, now isn't quite the time, is it?
Yeah, no kidding, man.
Where did the rats come from? What do those savages want?
Sea rats, by the looks of them. Vicious scoundrels scavenging for supplies, most likely. They're cruel, but aiming more to steal than to kill. Or so I'd gather. Pirates, really. I've seen their kind regularly when I was near the coast. But these corsairs are far too inland. I can't imagine what brings them here. But it gets worse, I'm afraid. We were attacked by a mere scouting party, which means there are likely more behind them.
Yeah, it could be a problem. What about my fiancé?
Yes, yes. Remarkable. Saved us all with that quick wit and even quicker firebrand. None of us would have made it otherwise.
Come now. Let me help you to your feet.
Thank you, child.
What?
Surveying the broken remains of her graduation party,
No!
Sophia was struck by several emotions
Let
at
me back
once.
out there.
Anger, sadness, fear, and indignation.
Ooh.
They all rose up in her heart together. But the strongest of all was the grim awareness that it was less than an hour ago that she was recklessly longing for adventure.
Now here it is.
Only to find that Captain Robin was right. Living it was quite different than she'd imagined.
Yep.
Once he'd gathered his wits, the sexton told a tale of how he'd been full front for the Corsair's sneak attack, and also for Liam's courageous defense. Seeing her concerned, the wizened old friar assured her that Liam was quite all right, and how he'd drawn the beast away, allowing several villagers to escape in the ancient catacombs beneath Sexton's Hill. Sophia was filled with pride for her brave betrothed Liam, but worried to learn that he insisted on running headlong into town to fend off the raiders. As the two mice peered northward with Sophia's new wayglass, they spied a growing chaos of frightened mice and pillaging pirates,
what I was
but
looking for.
Liam was nowhere to be seen. Even worse, gathering to the south, they could see a long line of marching rats. The bulk of the attacking force was less than an hour's march away. With the road blocked and no cover, there was no way Sophia could reach the lighthouse that way and remain undetected. But then the gentle friar revealed a secret passage in the crypts.
Can I take
that
it
led
later?
to a twisting maze
Should I
of
finish switching up
vaults
here
and
first?
halls beneath the village. Perhaps the subterranean path would get Sophia down to the water's edge. Handing her a lantern, the friar's last words hung in her heart like dead weight. Hurry, lass. Liam is down there somewhere, and he's alone.
If time was so important, Then why'd they take the safe and slow path? I'd have run right into town and shown those brutish vermin what a mouse is made of.
Remember, my boy, she had no weapon. And even if she had a sword, she'd never been trained. Those wretched vermin were practiced killers and would likely have split her hide like a gourd given the chance. Stealth was her only option.
Man, I'm genuinely disappointed. Is there like a map I can use to go to here? To fast travel places? Nope. Dang. It's okay. Been here before, we know what we're doing. Man, I really, really wish I could keep searching up there.
Remember your training. Most beasts only rarely look up. Hide up high, move low, and slow.
Ahoy there, Daisy Bits.
Looks like I'm clear here. But I want that. Ooh, stuffed date honey baked delicious. I want this. Nothing in here, we're safe. Oh, that's the path that something walked. Interesting. And then you can cover yourself in flour and hide your scent. Okay, you guys just stay right there, huh? Got it. And then when we... Yep, I remember that now. Alright. And this is where we left off last time, so we did catch up. That's the good news. We did get to where we wanted to be.
There, bathed in silver moonlight, the Lily Grove catacombs stood as a grand, if dusty, example of the craftsmanship of the moles.
Oh, hey.
Oh my, thank the stars! It's so good to see. Hold now. Aren't you one of the Rye Maid girls? What are you doing dressed as a scout?
Dressed as?
Mrs. Ivywayne, I am a scout. I just graduated this evening for your information.
Oh dear me, I didn't mean to offend, my dear. I just didn't expect. Well, no matter. You're here now. Whatever are you going to do?
Me? Well, I'm not quite sure. This is all happening so quickly. But I'll do my best to uphold my oath. You can count on me.
I see. You again? Get busy! Goodness, it's as if I have to think of everything around here.
So I gotta find a way to rescue her too. Okay, cool. We can open and close the doors. Looks like moles in the corner, but mice up there. It's interesting.
I still loot up and down them circle stairs. My back will snap before night soon, just you see. No man, plenty of strong, feisty ale down here. That'll do.
Okay, I see. Give me the chance to walk out here and not be seen. close them. Some flour here, nice. So now I just got to worry about vision. October ale, delicious. Let's get the jam that's hiding back here. Ognation, hey, welcome. Glad to see you, man. This camera is not pleased. Got more flour here, which is good, as well as what is this? Oh, okay, we make it dark in here. So we can make sure we're hiding from scent and sight, as long as we're putting candles out. Tavern inventory. Is this a direction we can go? No. Okay, let's go and check out that tavern inventory real quick. Oh! So the world keeps on going even as we're looking through this stuff. Spice replacement tankers, okay. Nothing. You're fine. Can't see me or smell me or nothing. Keep looking at the wall. You're fine there. That's where you want to be, my friend. Alright. Can't get on top of those barrels, unfortunately, but that's okay. He really is curious about that wall. We got cucumbers. I got the blackberries. He's been walking back and forth there, it looks like. There he goes. Okay. I was going to say. In the corner, looks like we got some more info, another document of some sort. Something else over there as well. Key, is that what that was? And then we got Singed Love Letter, which we will go check out in just a moment here. Let's make sure that we are well and truly coded. And then, you know what? It looks like there's something... No, it was this. But that's fine. We're going to do that to make sure he can't see us. Okay. Now let's look at... Alright, I forgot what it was called. Singed Love Letter. I was not sure what to think. If yours beautiful, yes, but beautiful in the same way I find a baked apple. I've never been one for words, but let me try. I once disliked apples, yet was continuously fooled by the presentation of browned butter and cinnamon, only to be left with a bad taste in my mouth, and now nibble, I've become fond of apples. Remember when you put your scarf on a snowman and tried to snuggle me instead of just taking your scarf back? I thought you were a baked apple, trying to disguise a bad flavor. Now it's hard to imagine why I wasn't fond of you. I guess what I'm saying is... This guy is clearly not, or this person, I should say, is clearly not good with words. That all sounded bad. Alright. We got what looks like a mouse there, but is that a rat in the distance? Who are you?
Mr. Consul, I didn't expect to see you down here. Are you quite all right?
Oh, surprised, are we? And why's that now? Perhaps you mean to say you hope not to find me down here safe and alive instead of stuck on a pike, eh?
No.
Well,
what?
No, nothing of the sort. I only meant your tavern keg vault is likely the safest hiding place in the whole village.
Yes, well, it would have been, except I was in the middle of rotating stock when the brutes arrived. But never mind that now. You're a scout, right? Isn't it your job to take care of such things? Get me out of here.
Okay, so how do I rescue these people? Ooh, what is this?
Let's try this, Mr. Cornsilk. A bit cramped, but should get you to the shop cellar just fine.
Oh. Okay, cool. So that means back here should be something for rescuing the lady. Let's see. That's how I'm gonna go talk to her.
Chop chop, little scout. Do you?
Okay, how do I save you though? No. There. Found a way to save him. Maybe there's something in that place for her? It looks like I can't close these doors once I've opened them. Part of me wonders why you can't just... Yeah, I cannot close these doors once I've opened them. Why can't I just have her come here, I wonder? Actually, that was like right next to her. And next to him. Maybe there's one that's right next to her that I'm missing. Let's see. Yeah, here we go.
Here, Miss Ivy Wayne. I'll crank you up to your shop cellar using this.
That's easy enough. That guy's still in there, yeah. In his closed room, wondering what's going on. Alright, I've saved 2. Do we have anything back here? Family. Aw. Oh, we don't have anything back here, but there is a rat over there, and we do smell. So let's go and do that. And... okay, I see. And he's walking back and forth. Okay. Do want to take a look here real quick. Got... one over there. No. Worth a try. Okay, let's come check in here real quick. See what it is. I know it knocked all of our flour off. Okay, we're out of stealth here, which is nice. What do we have? Letter to Mommy. Deliver to Mommy. I love you. Tim. Lily Grove. Dibbins Grape. Daddy. This is all very cute. Is this anything? No. Just some lore back here. Alright, no worries. Let's make sure to recode ourselves in the flour. Okay, his back is turned. That's good. I got a feeling I want to get in there. Here we go. Jeez, this camera. Brutal. Dibbin's Declaration. We'll take a look at that in a sec here. Let's go ahead and just tuck ourselves in the corner, and then we'll take a look at the Dibbin's Declaration. I demand a formal apology from the little folk of the grotto, or it is to be war between us. Do you know how timely and difficult it was to secretly gather dates and nuts and honey? I promised Edith a special share just to keep it a secret. It was to be the best surprise ever. Instead, I was the one surprised to find all that hard work carried off into cracks behind Founder's font. You better have thoroughly enjoyed them. Cinnamon the Sweet Maker. So some of these can put out, but not all of them. I wonder why some and not others. They're gonna bring him over here. Or maybe I was supposed to bring him over here and then drop that on top of him. Yeah, because there's a key down there. I see that. Can't shoot him. Haha. Did you not hear that, my guy? Is he blind and deaf? Not sure what's going on with that guy.
I got you now.
Get it right, Grandpa.
Can't think of anything.
Huh. Wonder why the bell didn't turn him around. Did it at least give me the key, I wonder? Let's see. There's no items that I can see. Unless there's a bell over here as well. Is my man blind? Or deaf, I mean? He's still there, right? Oh no, here he comes. Nice. There we go. Okay. We got him. Is this based off the Redwall book series? Yes, it is. Crooked Alligator. It is the Lost Legends of Redwall, the Scout. I did not read the Redwall book series, but I've heard a lot of very good things of it.
Looks like there's a little something extra in here. Oh, a silver Scout's jacket.
Ooh, interesting. Can I equip that in some way? Slingshot, hat, Act 1, there it is. Fancier jacket, a little more ornate design. Ah, it's all jam collection. Points of interest through your... Okay, I see. Cool. Did you read the Redwall series, Crooked Alligator?
Just look at you. A new Lily Grove Scout. Oh, your gentle mother must be so very proud. Oh, you needn't bother your whiskers about me. I've lived in my sister's shadow my whole life, I have. Hiding in dark corners underground is easier by far. Still, now that you're here, I would prefer to be a bit safer.
I got you.
You're very kind, Miss Ivy Wayne. Thank you. Let me see what I can do about getting you someplace safe. With a warm dram of port, I hope.
Yeah, right here, man. All of these
Over
are
here, then.
it's like
Hop
eight,
in, and I'll
8
hoist
feet
you up
away.
to the shop cellar.
All right. All refugees saved. Nice. Few of them with Fox when we were young. Yeah, he mentioned that he had read a couple of them as well. Apparently there are like 30 books. All right. Let's find some waypoints here. Where's one? Where is it? Where'd it go?
There's something unsettling and hauntingly familiar about those weeping mice, but I can't quite place it.
Doctor Who reference. I love it. My wife and I recently got into Doctor Who. There have been a lot of different references, like We Are Named Overwatch. They mentioned Master Chief earlier. Now we got the Weeping Angels.
What was this place? A temple? Or maybe a mausoleum? I'll have to ask Pickerel, if he'll even bother answering me.
Let's see. Anything else? There's the Weeping Mice. There we go. I knew there was something over here.
I used to think badgers built this place, given all these statues, but Thomas says it was actually moles.
Here it is, another one. Ooh. Wonder what that is. Is that more jam, maybe? But yeah, this was actually developed, Crooked Alligator, by some folks that I know who...
Bloodwhelp is down here, ain't he? Always peeking at folks.
What is this? Oh, nice. A Christian game development studio who were been able to develop this and a couple of other Redwall games. One of them a cooking simulator game.
I needs to be sure I'm first in line for the job. Sparrowblade'll reach on me to be sure, but he's weak on his
I
port
see.
side. Draw the backhand swing I
Yeah,
will.
it's really cool.
Yeah, then heel starboard to get a knife to his liver.
I love the voice acting from the rats. They're all super goofy. A lot of cucumbers, chat. A lot of cucumbers here. Pickled cucumbers, maybe? that what we're looking at? Alright, any rats nearby here? Yeah, there's one in there. So usually what we want to do is come around. Two ways to cheese. The cooking simulator seemed natural considering we got a new scent up there. Considering how many recipes you pick up in this game. Alright, is there a bell? Yes. My guy. Why aren't you going toward the bell that I just rang for you? That's like the whole thing with the bells, is I ring them and then you follow them. That's the thing. There's also something up there. What is that? I want it. Can I? Oh, I can't get up. There's up somehow. Where is up? Looks like it's the other side is how I go up. No, you're not going to walk over there? All right, fair enough. Let's try this way then. I gotta remember I can be smelled right now. So I gotta stay... Oh no, never mind, there's flour here. We good. We good. Okay, so there's the rat. There's the bell.
Really?
Oh, he can
Just kidding.
defo see me. Whoops. I wonder if these bright lights bother the rats or something. Ooh, what do we have here? Letter to Coil. Letter to Glimber. Order from Smithy. Redwall trade order. Letter to Mimsy. This is what happens when we go through people's mailboxes. We won't look through all of those. Okay. I really am curious as to what we're supposed to be doing here. He's right there. Do you not need to go check the bell? Is it because you're looking right at it? Is there a different bell I can ring? Maybe there's a different bell. Don't see another bell. How to get up. I'm pretty sure it's those boxes right over there, but he can see those clear as day. I can't get up there. Can't shoot him. Go look at the bell. No? Oop. And there's a key there that I want as well. Maybe I gotta turn all the lights out? Let's go check the other side again. Can't shoot the bell from there. And you can definitely see me from there. Hmm. Are there other bells or something in the area? Not that I can see. Maybe out here there's a bell? Question. Aha! There it is. There it is. All right. Now then. That should make us able to grab this key. And he's out there now. And then come climb. No? Come on. How do I get up there? Ooh, another libretto. Nice. Oh, so you can climb the bookshelves. I didn't realize that. That's good information. Because that means I can just do this. Come on, let me up there. No? There's a smell up there I want to smell. There we go. Ale. Got it. So we got the key. Now the problem is he'll be able to see us out there, so this brings him back in here. Got it. Okay. Now we should just be able to open this. Ooh. Interesting. We can see, like, footprints and stuff. We done did the thing, chat.
Despite the urgency of the situation on the surface, Sophia found herself compelled to lend aid to those frightened and desperate beasts. And as the last one ascended to safety, she found her own animals surprisingly calm. Her anxiety for Liam greatly diminished, and in its place, a determination and resolve that she'd never felt before. Even now, she was embracing the values of Redwall before ever hearing its charter or passing its gates.
Nice. So we saved all these people, and now they're all happy with us for it. Man. So much more. Okay. Here's what we're going to do, chat. We're going to pick up stuff. Oh, no. Don't need that here. We're going to pick up stuff. Then we're going to... call it an episode or call it a stream. That's everything, right? Oh, wait. What am I not recognizing over here? That already knew corn. Anything else? No, looks like we're good. Okay. This is a perfect time right here. We're going to jump back. All right. Calling this a stream today. Thank you for watching, guys. Just a reminder that all of this is part of the greater ministry of Save Point Ministries, of which I can totally find a way someday yay, did the thing. Where our whole goal is just let you know how wonderful and valued you are. Excuse me. To Jesus, that he loves you so deeply and so much. And he wants nothing more than for you to get to know him that way also. But we also think that the best way for that to happen is in a physical church community. And even better, we know ones that are nerd friendly. We know ones that when you get there, they're going to talk to you about what video game you're playing or what commander you use in Magic or whatever else. If you were somebody interested in finding a home church for yourself, you can follow that link in the chat and go check that out. Thank you so much for being here today, guys. This is going to be our only stream this week. Pretty chill week. We love that each and every one of you were here today, but always remember there's a church out there that'll love it if you were there. See you guys next time.